Hi, welcome back to my crazy channel. I'm here and I know I look horrible. Why, you ask? Well, if you can't see over here, there's a lot of makeup going on my desk right here. This is not a vanity, obviously, but it's a makeshift vanity today because I wanted to do some makeup for you. Let me explain. Last year, because 2018 was just last month. Last month, I told my co-host and best friend, John, I'll put his picture here. Oh, there's his face. I told him, hey, I have this great video idea. This is what I want to do. Yada, yada, yada. He's like, cool, I won't tell anybody, nothing like that. Well, apparently I jinxed myself by telling him. He didn't say anything. I just realized his face is right here. Here's John. Hey, have you guys checked out that podcast yet? If you haven't, I'll put links down below. Great. And this ring light is really hot and really unflattering right now. Anyways, I told him about this idea that I had. It was great. He loved it. I was just like, oh, I can't wait to do it. I just need to order this, this, and this. Everything will be fine. And then when I said this idea out loud, then other famous YouTubers, yes, I'm using YouTuber, had kind of a similar idea, but not my idea. But their idea seemed better, but I didn't care because I still loved my idea. So the hold up with me doing this is finally getting this mirror. I had a whole thing with USPS not delivering my package for about 3 weeks, so I went without this, finally got one, and everything, so including this backdrop too, my makeshift backdrop. It's great, right? Don't you love it? I live in an apartment. I don't have a studio. But I need to get that, and then I was like, well, I have to look the part too, so I had to get something else, and I just had to make sure that I had everything taken care of. But yeah, I decided to film today because I actually was supposed to go out and record 2 different things today, but somebody broke into my garage over the weekend and ripped off my registration tags. So I really can't be driving my car right now until I can get to the DMV until tomorrow morning. So I figured, you know what? I'm gonna record something! Anyways, I decided I'm gonna do a Bob Ross style makeup tutorial. No, I'm not recreating a Bob Ross look. I'm going to do my own look, but in the style of Bob Ross. Because Bob Ross is a gentle person and a caring person, and I adore him, and so do you. So the look we are doing today is a look that I am recreating that I did myself, but the theme of the night for our show, when we did Lip Sync for Your Laugh, the theme of the club was a Barbie theme. So I came as like 90s hip-hop grunge Barbie, and I did hot pink lips. I don't wear a lot of lipstick, I do only when I'm there, and stuff like that, and I got a lot of compliments on it, so I figured, you know what, let's make it better. So I pulled some inspiration, for which I'll put right here right now, and I figured, you know what, screw it, let's just do it. Why not? Hey, watch me talk like Bob Ross, make happy little accidents, and do this makeup tutorial, which, yeah, so hopefully I can make this a quick in and out tutorial. Hopefully you'll enjoy it, but before we do, we gotta get into character. Oh yeah, I'm gonna reuse this. This a look! Alright, let's get into our Bob Ross feng shui. Sometimes I just like to have a fan. It's hot in here, and I actually use this to dry my spray, so. As always, you start and prime your face. It's like a white base on a canvas. I realize I'm not ready yet. I forgot setting powder. First, we're gonna start off with our Becca Velvet Blurring Primer that I got, that was recommended to me by Xander, who is amazing. What I like to do is put the primer in my hands, and then I rub it together so I warm it up, and then I put it all over my face. Just realized. Uh-oh. Where'd you go? What happened, dude? Oh well, that was just a happy little accident. Now that we have primer on our face, we can go ahead and put foundation on. No, I'm not going to color correct because happy little mistakes are all over my face. Here's a happy little tree. Here's a happy little tree. The face is a happy little accident. What I like to do is I either will drip this Becca Ultimate Coverage Foundation, 24-hour coverage foundation in the shade of Maple. I'll either drip it on my face or I'll put it on my hand, because once again, we want to warm up that foundation and make sure that it spreads evenly onto our canvas. I'm going to take one of my favorite tools, my blending sponge. I don't know what brand it is. I'll put it down below. Maybe not. I'm not a beauty guru. Just take a little bit and I'm just going to dab it all over my face. So dab, 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 dab. Let's put a happy little cloud of foundation on our face. Now with foundation, you want to put it all over your face because you want to cover everything. You want a blank slate for your canvas. Does that make sense? I'm going to add a little bit more. It's always okay to add more. You just don't want to use too much and have no way to put it back into your bottle. And you can blend down your neck if you want to or not. Maybe you're just shooting a YouTube tutorial. Maybe you're going out in the town. It's up to you. This is your art. This is your success. Don't let anybody tell you there's rules to makeup and art. Now we're going to use a little bit of concealer to hide any places that we're not satisfied with. I'm going to use a old Krylon professional makeup. It's professional makeup. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm just going to dip my damp sponge in there and cover up my places where I don't like them. I'm also accidentally doing highlight because this is the wrong concealer. Sorry, that wasn't calm for me. Don't worry, we can fix this happy little mistake. So what I'm going to do is put on setting powder. Now, this is going to be a crazy way, and you're going to think that I'm crazy as hell. It's okay. It's going to be okay. First, we're going to start with our favorite air spun. If you don't have this, this is an artist tool from the gods. It's cheap and it's great, and the smell will never leave your nose, ever. So what I like to do to set my makeup in place, because I'm oily and I have to make sure that I have to remove this after I'm done with it to keep my pores clean, I put it all over my face. This looks problematic. This is by accident. Don't worry. You buff out the powder into your skin. That was only the first layer of setting powder. Because guess what we're going to do next? Setting spray. And once again, don't forget, we have the fan. This feels really good in front of this hot ring light. Now, this is the real setting powder I use. This is the Laura Mercier Translucent Medium Deep Powder. This stuff is amazing for skin tones like me. We're going to take our medium here, pat it down to get a little bit more powder because we're going to apply this medium to this canvas. Just take another puff and I put it all over. That's good enough. Once again, I'm going to use one of my favorite brushes, a kabuki brush, and just slowly, before we do another round of setting spray, we're going to contour. For contouring, I like my contour deep and dark. So we're going to use Makeup Revolution. This is the Fast Base Stick Foundation in F18. This actually is a very good price, especially for a contour stick. So I'm going to put this on my natural lines where I want sucked in. I want to kind of hide. So right there, and on my chin, because I want to. The lights on this little mirror over here don't help. I'm going to carve out my nose. I look like a man. I would usually contour above around my hairline, but I currently can't find it. To blend this out, we're going to use our Real Techniques brush. This is the Expert Face Brush. There's no number with it. It's this brush. It's okay. If you don't have this brush too, use whatever's closest to it. It is your artwork. We're going to blend it out. I have to blend it up. As I'm blending this, I want to remind you, I am not a professional makeup artist. I've done some makeup in the past, but I'm not that good at it. But people seem to think I am. So thanks. What you're doing here is blending it in with your foundation and your skin tone. I mean, just giving that shadow effect. That's not right. I hope you guys are over makeup tutorials. I don't want to do this anymore. Happy happy mistakes. That contour is very dark. Don't worry, it'll pay off later. I hope. We're not going to do our final spray yet because we're going to go ahead into our eye makeup. Before we do that, before we do anything with our eyes, we're going to use an eyeshadow primer. I'm using Think Me Later eyeshadow primer by Elizabeth Mott. This stuff comes highly recommended on Amazon, so I bought it. And BuzzFeed. So I bought it. I have a problem. We're going to just use our ring finger to dot it on there. We'll first start with our crease line. This is where I make a lot of happy mistakes. There's no accidents, just happy mistakes. Apparently L.Piddy and John went with the makeup. Oops. So I'm going to be working out of these two lovely palettes. When I think of 90s Barbie, I think of those bright colors. So hot pink, hot purple, green, blue. We're not using all those colors. I don't know what those are. When applying eyeshadow, I first like to give my lids an all-over base, just because my lids and my crease area are two different colors. So I'm going to go in with a nice Burkina in the Juvia's palette. Put that all in there. Next, we're going to get a fluffy brush and start out our crease. I'm first starting with the Carati E31 brush. See how fluffy it is? And see how much I need to clean it? Clean your brushes. We're going to do the classic light to dark. So we're first starting with Bori out of this Juvia's palette, the Masquerade palette. And we're going to get it on our brush. And we're going to gently go into our crease. I'm going to try to overdo my crease because I have hooded eyelids. Awesome. While we are here, we're also going to hit the bottom of our line too, in order. So I'm going to go back in Bori with this Morphe M321 brush. We're just going to go on the bottom lid. When I think of Barbie, I think of bright colors and Trixie Mattel. I just want to put emphasis again that I'm not the best at makeup. I look like a clown. What a happy little accident. I'm not going to tell you this brush because it is such an old brush that I actually stole from my mom when I was younger. She doesn't know I have it, but just know it's a classic. Then we're going to go in with another fluffy brush, and we're going to go into Zobo, in the Masquerade palette from Juvia's Palace. And we're just going to go on top of the pink that we just used. I'm actually going to use the same brush to go underneath my eyes because it has a tapered end, so I can reach under there. Once again, we're layering everything. Still look like a clown. Before we move on, I do want to blend, so I'm using this brush that I got from Walgreens, which has a very big base to make sure I can buff out everything. And to be honest, I should have done this after the first color. I forgot. For our last hot color, I'm switching into the Urban Decay Electric palette, and we're going to use this Jill tint, that purple, because it's nice and bright. And I want neon colors because I'm thinking 80s, 90s Barbie. Bright colors. Am I right? We're going to use the Carati E30 brush. We're going to go in with our Carati brush and go into that Jill tint. And we're going to do the same thing. Crease. I'm almost ready to go shop for a Barbie career. And moving on to the lids. For our lids, I'm going to go in with a light concealer color so I can make sure my lids pop more than my crease. I'm going to use the lightest shade. This is TW White. Whatever that means. I'm just going to dab that on there. And usually, you can use this with a brush, but I'm lazy. Uh-oh, a happy little cloud appeared. If you want a little happy little cloud there, you know what? Let it be there. Happy little clouds deserve to be in art too. Because clouds, they're happy and little. Success. Okay, you know what? You can't. My camera just cut off, but I caught it this time. I'm almost done. We're gonna go back to our Juvia's palette. So when I look at pictures of Barbies, their common eyeshadow color is actually blue. We're gonna go in on the sides with this Dahlia. And I'm just gonna put it everywhere except for the center. As you can see, I'm using tapping motions to pack that color in there because I want it concentrated in that one spot. Next, because they like frosty blue, I'm going to go in with this green Molly because it's shimmery and shiny. Sensational. Obviously, we need to do something with our brows. In the 90s, I think we all liked kind of skinny brows, or we just didn't care about them. So, my brows are perfect. The eyelashes is that detail you add to your painting to really make it pop. Art. Before we do any black eyeliner or anything like that, I have glitter liner because I like glitter, and glitter is always good in art. I'm gonna put it on my crease. What glitter, you ask? Because glitter, bling bling, happy little glitter marks. I'm also gonna do a thin line of eyeliner. I'm using the Stila liquid pen eyeliner. What's it called? Just gonna put a small line because the black makes it pop a little bit, but we don't want to overdo it because we don't want to cover up our art. If you mess up the line on your eyeliner, get a flat eyeliner brush and smooth it out. Sensational. I also use this brush for my under eyes for eyeliner with some black eyeshadow, and I just dab it underneath because art. I hope you can see the difference in my eyes. This one looks a tiny bit smaller, this one looks bigger, because this one has black on it. Black makes you slimmer. For those of you wondering, this is an e.l.f. professional eyeliner brush. They're like $1. Since we're all done with our eye makeup, we're gonna go ahead and go in with some lashes. Now when I think of pretty Barbies, I think of pretty long eyelashes. You are going to have to switch up mediums from time to time when doing your makeup. For example, I have to use glue to put these on my eyes. This is a medium in itself. I'm going to use this glue. I'm going to wave it in air so it gets a little tacky. Okay. We're going to go ahead and stick it on our eye. And I'll show you the difference here in a second of why we need to add these little tiny details to make our art into a masterpiece. Now before I show you the difference, which you probably can already see because you have eyes, I'm going to make sure my eyelashes blend in with my fake eyelashes. Because we don't want people to know that these are not your lashes. As you can see, I use my fingers to put on my lashes, but you can use different tools such as one of these where it just goes straight into your eye, or tweezers. Whatever works best for you. I just feel more comfortable with my fingers, but make sure they're clean. Even though you don't like me lash, you're still not a mistake, you're just a happy little accident. What I'm going to do now is spray my face, and you'll see why this is important for the next few steps. We're first going to go in with our blush. I want to look like a 90s Barbie, so I'm going to go in with the Saharan Blush Volume 1 from Juvia's Palace. I'm not going to show you the outside because it's dirty, but I'm going to go in with the same. I want that bright pink on my cheeks because I'm Barbie. Oh, what joy that brings. Now, just to let you know, I used an angled blush brush. This is from BH Cosmetics, I think. It's number 114. And I use it for blush all the time, as you can see. Now, here's another show-stopping point. Highlighter. Because I want it to really pop. Because I am old school Barbie. I'm going to spray my highlighting brush from L.Piddy. Looks like this. And just swiffer it on in there. We're going to be highlighting the high points of our face. What does that mean, you ask? I don't know. For me, though, I'm going to do the high points of my cheeks and my nose and my cupid's bow. Shiny. Success. Now last but definitely not least is your lips. And when we think about 80s and 90s and old school Barbies, even today's Barbies, the number one thing to use is hot pink. Since this does dry matte, you want to put something shiny on it because once again, Barbies are what? Shining. So we're also going to use from Almay Goddess Gloss in the color of Mystic. This is what it looks like. I realize this is not the medium I meant to grab, but you know what? It's just another happy little accident that may go terribly wrong. Sensational. And there we have it. Old school 80s, 90s Barbie with the pink lips, the fun eyeshadow, and the lashes. What do you guys think? Was this a happy little accident for you? Did you follow along and do exactly what I did? If you did, great. But don't worry, it's your art, it's your work because it was done with your creative mind. I appreciate you guys watching. This week hurts really bad. So make sure to like and subscribe and comment whatever you want to do. Share this with your friends. And if you liked it, I'll do another one. Maybe not. This wig hurts. Until next time. Goodbye. There's mistakes, but it looks good, right? Yeah. Alright, bye.